Welcome to a demo of customer and beneficiary screening using a watchlist from Cybera in FCM. Cybera provides several solutions to help companies prevent cybercrime. One of these solutions is Cybera's Cybercrime Watchlist. This watchlist has suspects' information like name, aliases, IBANs, and many more identifiers that can help companies identify potential fraud cases. This diagram shows the architecture of FCM in the context of the demo, along with the integration to Cybera. The new components created to support this integration include a connection manager, an adapter that performs syntactic transformation and debulking, a data collection service that performs semantic transformation, that is transforming the raw data from Cybera into a Temenos canonical format. Last, we have a new data event subscriber in FCM to ingest and store these events in the FCM database. For the demo, we'll skip the connection manager and replace Infinity and Transact with a demo web app. We have 4 use cases for this demo, and they are: import Cybera's watchlist into FCM, onboard a new customer and transfer money to a beneficiary that are both on Cybera's watchlist, generate a report showing alerts from hits on Cybera's watchlist. This is the watchlist manager screen in FCM. We already have a watchlist named Cybera created and 12 records ingested. The values in the original ID column shows the actual unique identifiers of these records in Cybera. I'll now import the latest suspects information from Cybera. This screen shows the adapter console on top, the data collection service console in the middle, and the FCM subscriber at the bottom. The adapter will receive a response containing an array of records from Cybera and split this array into individual records, before publishing them onto a Kafka topic. The data collection service will transform these records into the Temenos canonical format and publish them onto a different Kafka topic. Last, the FCM subscriber will ingest and process these records. The import is now done. We can see some records for a couple of suspects processed by the adapter, data collection service, and FCM subscriber. The adapter console shows the individual data events that were published onto the Kafka topic. These events have a field called source that is used by the data collection service to determine from which provider the records came from, and hence apply the correct transformation template. In the Watchlist Manager, when we refresh the page, we now see 2 new records added to Cybera's watchlist. Note that even though the names of some of these suspects are same, they are different records in Cybera as they have different unique identifiers. This completes the data ingestion use case. I'll now use one of these records to show FCM's customer and beneficiary screening processes. I'll use the entry for suspect Bob Dodgy. There are a couple of aliases for Bob Dodgy, namely Dodgy Bob and an IBAN that is linked to this suspect. In the Transaction Alert Manager screen, we currently have 21 alerts pending processing. These alerts were generated from previous tests. To demo customer and beneficiary screening, I will use a demo web application called eBanking. First, I'll onboard a new customer who is not on Cybera's watchlist in FCM. In the background, the customer's details were screened against the watchlists in FCM. We can see no new alert. Thus, the customer onboarding process proceeded to the product selection stage. I'll now try to onboard Bob Dodgy, who is on Cybera's watchlist. Same as before, the customer's details were screened against the watchlists in FCM. However, this time we have an alert. The description of the alert shows which fields were matched to a record on Cybera's watchlist. These fields are given name and last name. This concludes the customer screening use case. I will now show the beneficiary screening use case in the context of a payment order. First, I'll log in as a bank customer named Rolf. The dashboard shows some of Rolf's accounts. I will now transfer some money from one of these accounts to a beneficiary that is not on Cybera's watchlist. There is no new alert in the Transaction Alert Manager. I'll now transfer some money to Bob Dodgy using an IBAN that is not in his list of aliases. We now have a new alert in the Transaction Alert Manager. As before, the description of the alert shows which fields were matched to a record on Cybera's watchlist. I'll now transfer some money to a beneficiary whose name is not on Cybera's watchlist. But using Bob Dodgy's IBAN. We still end up with a new alert in the Transaction Alert Manager. The difference in this alert is that it shows that the field matching was done on the IBAN rather than the name of the beneficiary. Note that, in production, even though payment orders are created, they are not executed until the alerts in FCM are processed. This concludes the use case for beneficiary screening. The last use case requires the generation of a report showing details of these new alerts. This can be done using a custom report in FCM. For this demo, a new custom report was created. And the parameters for this report are the name of the watchlist from which the hits happened and the date from when the alerts were generated. The report is now generated. The data section of the report shows the 3 alerts that were generated for this demo, 1 for the customer onboarding and 2 for the transactions. This concludes the report generation use case. In this demo, I have shown that FCM can successfully import data from Cybera and that this data can be used for customer and beneficiary screening. Thank you.